6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 minutes to go till the Destiny 2 reveal.
Yes, son.
I think I'm more excited for you than for myself.
I know. Absolutely buzzing. So, yeah, hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully it works.
I thought we would talk about it a bit before
quick little chat.
It comes up.
Bit of background. Firstly, I'm massive Destiny fan. Played a bit of the alpha, beta, midnight release. Absolutely obsessed with it throughout the whole kind of all the updates. Basically, I'm a massive Destiny fan.
Yeah.
Really excited.
You had a really big group of friends that you kind of played with. And,
clan who I'm sure are excited about it as well. I fell out of it a little bit just due to other games and kind of time constraints.
And it has been around for a long time now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But they've done really well supporting it. But yeah, really excited to see, as a big Destiny fan, to see what they have in store for us, the new game. You're coming from it from a different angle, which I'm really excited to see what you think as well.
I did enjoy the game. I own it. I did kind of shaft myself in that I bought it just before the Game of the Year edition came out with all the add-on packs.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So I kind of shafted myself in that I bought it and then was like, I'm not buying the DLC whenever I could just pay. I could have just paid an extra $5 and got the game or whatever. You know what I mean? But I didn't hate the game, and certainly I played it for a good long time. But as Eve alluded to, there just wasn't enough there to sustain me to keep it going.
I think we're two sides of the fence, and the majority of people who'll be watching this stream, will this excite me and will this please me enough that it'll do everything I expect of it? Because Destiny morphed and changed and really evolved into a completely different game as the vanilla release. Whereas a lot of people, I'm interested to see, is this going to get the hooks into you? Is this going to bring you in and say, right, I'm going to give Destiny another bash. This is what I wanted from the first game, and let's go again. So we've got a good dynamic. Is it going to live up to my expectations, and is it going to live up to yours and kind of bring you back into the fold, into the get ready to defend the tower?
Well, I hope so. I mean, obviously I played through the main story, so I know,
which was awful, and we'll see a lot of story today, hopefully.
So I mean, I kind of know. I'm not going to be watching this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know
I kind of know
enough. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, just over 2 minutes. My Mass Effect update has just been installed. Wow, it just it haunts me.
It does. It does.
But yeah, so I think what we'll see today is a lot of gameplay, a lot of story. That was the biggest criticism. The story was awful. And I think we'll maybe see.
Was even the add-on pack stories awful?
No, the Taken King, really quickly. The two guys that are in charge of this, Destiny 2, Mark Nodsworthy and Luke Smith, they were two guys, the two creative leads on that, and that changed the game for the better. That's really what Destiny is now. So these two guys are now in control of Destiny 2, which gives me a lot of faith, a lot of encouragement. I think we'll see a lot of story, a lot of kind of setting the scene. Might see gameplay. I'm really excited in how they've kind of changed the open world. There's talk of kind of towns, cities, a living, breathing world, not just these spaces.
Yeah, because it was very kind of like an arena.
Yeah,
almost
arenas. But I think a big thing is they're not held back by the old gen consoles. You had on 360 had it, and with the Taken King they left them at the wayside, but obviously the engine was still restricted as well. So 1 minute, we're nearly.
Do you think it will be a big improvement in terms of graphics, or will it be more gameplay? Or
I think so. Apparently the Destiny engine was notorious for being difficult, so hopefully they would have refined that a bit, made it really,
because I mean the graphics were good on the old one.
Definitely. But yeah, so yeah, I think it will be a step up in every sense. I'm really excited. I think they will hit the ground running, and I think they'll, if you pre-order it, you get into the beta. So so a good play test.
When does the beta come out?
It'll be in the summer. I don't know the date. They'll probably announce it here
a weekend or.
No, I think it'll be maybe 4 days. Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, 22nd. So yeah, see what they come up with. But yeah, awesome. It's like a blooming event, isn't it?
It is.
So yeah, folks, we'll see. We'll maybe have a little bit of a chat on what we think after.
So you know, is my camera a bit wonky? I don't know. I'll just quickly see if I can fix it here. Oh, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
What makes a gun a gun?
Oh wow.
We take our first breath with no memory of who we were before. Yet, we are inexorably drawn to the light. We fight. We die.
Wow.
And we live again. We know that we were chosen for a reason, by something greater than ourselves. For as deep and wide as humanity's rivers have run, it has now been reduced to a precious few, needing something to believe in and a place to call home. This is what we've been called to, the future that we fight for. The future we will protect.
Nice.
Shaped by the fires of each new battle, we are formed and sharpened into what we must become for the fight ahead. What we have built is only the beginning, a symbol of what we can achieve, of who we are and our great purpose here. But the day may come when we will be tested, when all we hold dear is threatened. And then we will see what each of us is truly made of.
It's a proper concert almost, isn't it? Okay, so here's Luke Smith, game director.
That day has arrived. That day we've been waiting for. When we were talking about the slide setup for today, we got a pretty cool presentation. We're like, hey, Luke, what do you want to put behind you? Right up on the stage. Just can you put like a big ass 2? Just, yeah. Huge. It's like the giant. The reason why is because the 2 is a reminder. It's a reminder that Destiny 2 is going to be a new beginning for everyone. It's a convergence of veteran players like yourselves and new players into our universe. It's a chance for us to welcome the game to new audiences and communities, like the PC, where Destiny 2 will be available for the first time. And in that other room that you're going to go to when we're done here this morning, it's over there to play. It's got all
Just
kinds
in
of cool
there
stuff.
behind you.
It's pretty amazing. I'm sure you're going to tell us what you think about it too. I know. Read about it on Reddit. To us, a sequel just represents an opportunity to start fresh. It represents a chance to welcome new players into our worlds, into the amazing Destiny community that we're all a part of. The second thing I'm going to talk about this morning, as I am the last barrier between you and seeing the game, is the vision for Destiny 2. As we've been building this game, there have been 3 things that are rattling around our heads. Just 3. Those are the things that the team and I are going to be talking about this morning, sharing with you. The first one is a world that pulls you in. This is about having a story you can relate to. It's about having characters that you want to hang out with, characters you want to work with. It's about having enemies, of course, enemies you want to face. It's about the way we build our environments at Bungie. We want to create experiences that make you seek what's around every corner. That's the first part. The second thing is we want to build amazing things to do. And this is amazing things to do for everyone, no matter your mood. If you're a solo player, in Destiny 2 today, we're going to talk about how we're changing the way exploring the world works. If you're a competitive player, I'm sure there's some people who enjoy Crucible in the audience. I saw Triple Wreck on a flight. If you're a competitive player, we've rethought the Crucible from first principles. We're moving all activities in PvP to be 4v4. We've rebuilt the sandbox in a bunch of ways for smaller team formats. We've done this because we want to create a sense of mastery. In order to master anything, you need to understand it. And that understandability comes from a whole bunch of stuff that you're going to get your hands on later this morning. The third part here is cooperative. Everyone knows I like the cooperative part of Destiny. And in Destiny 2, we have a ton of new public events, we have brand new strikes, and of course, there's a brand new raid. And we're going to show it right now. No, we're not. Of course, right? I talked about the raid last because it leads me to my third point this morning, which is about there's always someone to play with. This is a big one for us. The raids in Destiny 1 couldn't be experienced by everyone. 50% of people who reached a level cap organized into fire teams and completed a raid. This is amazing. I think this is almost a miracle. Because whether you did it through your friends list or the communities that you formed, or use out-of-game applications to build fire teams and take on these incredible challenges, or, as I know, pull the network cable from Crota. I know, that's like a year one deep cut. So is that. But that means tons of players, 50%, never had the opportunity to experience Destiny's most unique content. And that miracle that I talked about, the half of you who play, that's not good enough for Destiny 2. So this morning, we're going to talk about how Trials, the Nightfall, and the raids will finally be available to all players. Destiny 2's vision Destiny 2's vision boils down to this really simple statement. It's a world I want to be in. When I go there, there's always amazing things for me to do. And if I want, there's always someone for me to play with. On behalf of Bungie and our partners at Activision, thank you so much to the people in the audience who made the trip. Thank you so much to the people out in the chat, spamming Senpai or whatever the emotes the kids are using these days. I don't know, I'm too old for that. And to everyone else who spent any time in our worlds, thank you. The wait is over. This is Destiny 2, and this is Homecoming.
If you tell me this is a practical joke, well, it kills me to say it, but I would be really impressed.
Impressing you, King, is the easiest thing I'll do all day.
Let's get serious, people.
Zavala, this is my serious face. Can't you tell?
Ikora, what have you got?
Someone or something has sabotaged the Skyline defense systems.
And comms have been spotty for the last few hours. Every sensor beyond the wall has gone dark.
Maybe it's just the storm. Maybe it's... What do the set feeds tell us?
Nothing.
Well, that's good, right?
No. I mean, they're not there. There are no satellites.
And that's not good.
Battle stations! Everyone with me, now!
incredible cinematics.
Mhm.
Isn't it a real improvement? Wow. Okay.
We will hold this line until the last civilian is sent away. Keep coming. Don't let you wait.
Need to find the speaker.
Someone with a shield. Looks like a new shipper. Definite improvement visually.
Yeah.
Just the amount of stuff's going on the screen.
Definitely.
Lighting, effects. Oh wow. Sword, okay.
Zavala, the last of the shuttles is away. But the speaker, he never made it. I'm going to look for him.
I've got the puzzle. Open that door. Find the secret.
We're on, Commander.
Igora, the speaker is gone. Red Legion, you will take no more from us, and you will find no mercy in me.
Jeez. Oh, Nova Bomb. That's pretty badass. Some new type of weapon. Oh wow.
Zavala, you picked up that Guardian you never shut up about? Hold on back there!
Production value's just off the charts, isn't it?
Definitely.
Alright, Guardian. Time to kick it where it hurts.
That's a minigun.
Look at the rain. Visually, definitely, to answer your question, definitely a step up. It really looks like a proper next gen game now, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And the shield, yeah. Oh,
Okay, the shield generator should be at the bottom of the ship.
oh, grenade launcher, new weapon type. slight changes to the UI, if you notice, then if anyone can see on the screen. A bit more streamlined, smaller looking, a bit more out of their way.
Yeah.
Oh, and the enemies.
Whoa.
Pretty cool super.
The shield generator should be straight ahead.
Your journey ends here.
Good way to kick it off. There's a guy dressed as like a tight full regalia. Wow. So far so good anyway.
Yep.
Thanks. If the giant burning 2 isn't enough of a clue, spoilers, we lose. Despite the awesomeness of the Dawnblade we just looked at, we're defeated in our backyard. Earth's last safe city is safe no more. Destiny 2 is a game that opens with loss. In one fell swoop, players will lose their powers, they'll lose their home, and maybe the saddest of all, they will lose their vaults. I just need a minute for Fatebringer. Okay. And it's all taken by Dominus Gaul, the leader of the Red Legion who you just got introduced to at the end. Gaul, or Gary, as he's sometimes referred to. Gaul's here for a simple reason. He's been raised since he was just like a little turtle, just a little guy, to believe that he and the Red Legion should have been chosen to receive the Traveler's power. Gaul believes in a better class of Guardian. He's here because he believes the Traveler, in choosing us, made the wrong choice. And in Destiny 2, Gaul intends to show the Traveler the error of its ways. Humanity, us, we're just in the way. The game opens with loss and becomes a game about recovery.
Jesus.
Recover your powers. Become strong again.
Jesus.
Reclaim your connection to the Traveler. And find powerful new gear, weapons, armor. Recover the Vanguard. Those 3 characters we just saw. Zavala, Cade, and Ikora. They're all dealing with this loss just like we are, and in different ways. Zavala, the leader of this whole thing, is having an existential crisis. He's wondering things like, without the light, are we even Guardians? Although it's Zavala's voice, not mine, so it's way more awesome. It's way better. And Ikora's angry. The Warlocks who value so much of their connection to the Traveler and knowledge, one of those 2 things has been taken away. So in her rage, she's fled. We have to find her. And then Cade, sort of plucky hunter leader, Cade goes off and does the least expected thing of all. He goes off and tries to be a hero. And what happens next is pretty expected, because it goes totally sideways. Let's take a closer look at the game scenario and the things you're going to chase in Destiny 2.
Hey, you two, give me a sec. Follow some of the hero thing in the plaza. Me? I've got a date with whoever's behind this. It'll be a short date.
Nathan Fillion is awesome as Cade.
Destiny 2 tells a brand new story. What happens when a world full of superheroes loses their powers, their history, and home?
Since Destiny 1 release, there's been no foe that they can stand before and not take over. Whether it's Crota, Oryx, spider monsters, whatever. But in the opening of Destiny 2, players realize there is in fact a foe who has the power to not only take everything you own away, to take your power away.
Dominus Gall is a Cabal warlord who has brought with him the Red Legion and has come to our system to take the Traveler's powers, the light, take it for himself.
Gall's jealous. He wants to have the light. He wants to be chosen.
Gall is a different villain. He's not a psychopath who just wants to erase humanity off the face of the earth. He feels like this is something that is owed to him because of everything he's been through.
He's a villain who you're like, yeah, this guy kind of has his stuff together. He's more like Alan Rickman's character from Die Hard. Minus all the Britishness.
The Protector itself, the Traveler, was put in a cage, and in an instant, all Guardians lose their lives. Unexpected and irreversible. You can no longer go back to the tower. You can no longer even walk. All you can do is stumble.
Nobody expected that light could be taken away once it was given.
The city's been lost and the Vanguard's been cast out, and you are the hero of this story. Whether you're a Titan, a Warlock, or a Hunter, you have to go out and get your powers back, take back the city.
No new classes then by the looks of it?
No.
Whether you're playing Destiny today or it's going to be your first foray into the franchise, Destiny 2 is a new adventure for everyone.
It's a fresh start for all players.
Destiny 2 has an all-new cinematic campaign.
There's more cinematics than we've ever had before.
How long before the police come back with
And more story missions. There's quests, there's adventures, there's going to be people talking to you.
Let's bring them home, you and I.
All new worlds to explore. We've got cooperative strikes for 3 players, new Nightfall strikes, and a brand new raid.
And in Destiny 2, we built you all new weapons, all new armor, and a pile of brand new exotics. We also redesigned the weapon slots. We're going to have a kinetic weapon, an energy weapon, and then a power weapon. Power weapons are things like fusion rifles and sniper rifles and grenade launchers. In that energy slot and the kinetic slot, you can have the same weapons. The new weapon plan was designed to provide players with more freedom, more choice to use the stuff that they love.
Each character has these new supers, and they're really changing the way it feels to play the game. We have the Dawnblade. You can cast your super, you got your sword, and you're flying.
He loves it, this guy, doesn't he?
And you can
That's
just
really cool, I
rain
like that.
down
Yeah.
Fire, Phoenix, projectiles that just decimate people.
Then you have the Sentinel. The Sentinel is a Titan, and he's able to
Ooh.
summon a shield
I like
that he
that.
can just knock his opponents out with, or he can throw a shield and just bang it off people's heads.
Wow.
Then you have the Arc Strider. They summon this mystical staff and wield it like a crazy acrobat, cracking enemies in the head. It's awesome. The idea of losing your home and being cast out and the lengths that you go to get it back, it's all tied together to be something that's really meaningful.
The sense of starting as an underdog and climbing to a great height is really fun.
2 is a place where we get to reach back out to everyone who could enjoy a sweet first-person shooter in a future world with giant awesome aliens to fight and gear to chase and powers to use and say, come check this world out, come get invested in this world and in this story.
No, it's Jason Jones.
Wow. All right. Are you guys ready to check these worlds out? You're going to applause after every sentence. I'm going to be up here for a while. This is what we get to do. We get to build worlds. This is what, when we make Destiny, we get to build worlds that pull you in, and you get to visit again and again. And then we get to fill those worlds with action, like what you saw in Homecoming. I have 2 kids, and just like you guys, they play Destiny a lot. I can tell, don't worry. Especially the guy with the Titan armor on. And my oldest plays a lot like I do. He's a solo player. He loves the campaign. He loves story missions. He patrols the wild as a lone wolf. And he loves it. I think I said that a few times. My youngest likes to compete. He's always in the Crucible. You guys know the feeling. He's also in a clan that he raids with. I'm not going to tell you how old he is, because he's already better than me. And he reminds me about it all the time. Hey, Dad, look what I got today. Check me out. You guys know what it's like, right? And I'm like, I got to go into work the next day and deal with another child in my life, Luke Smith. And he's like, guess what I got last night? Check me out. That's my best Luke Smith impression. The point is, there's a lot to do in Destiny. And it's this variety that can appeal to all of us, right? In any type of mood that we're in. And now we've added more. Destiny 2, there's more to do than any game we've ever made at Bungie. So we're going to start with what's coming back. We start with a brand new story. The Red War campaign. It's going to send you across the solar system and back to all new places. Yeah. On your journey, you're going to experience new missions and more cinematics than we've ever had in a Destiny game. You just saw a part of the first mission, Homecoming. And today, we're going to get the controller in your guys' hands, and you're going to get to play it for yourselves. Yeah. Strikes are back. The cooperative missions you guys can play with your friends, if you have them, or Guardians you haven't met yet in matchmaking. We've got a new strike. It's called the Inverted Spire. And you guys are going to get to play that today, too. Yeah.
Just straight behind you there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You want to leave it?
Oh,
It's going to take you to one of the new worlds, Nessus, through Red Legion territory and into a Vex stronghold, where you're going to fight a 3-stage boss. It's pretty sweet. And then there's the Crucible. Yeah, I was going to add. PvP players, thanks. A competitive multiplayer. The place that brings you into combat with the most dreaded opponents in the world of Destiny. You guys. Like Luke said, we've made some big changes to the Crucible in Destiny 2. We're building it for PvP players. It's now 4v4 across all the game modes. Yeah. The new HUD, it's got information about your opponents, like whether they have their super ready, whether they picked up power ammo, all towards the same goal, to make it an experience that's easy to get into, but it's hard to master. Yeah. So we got new maps, we got new modes, and we believe this is the best PvP offering that Destiny has ever seen. Today we're introducing one of the brand new modes. It's called Countdown. The first ever attack defend mode in Destiny. Internally, we've had some pretty intense play tests. And today, you guys are going to get to play that too. So, yeah.
Just keep teasing you, don't they?
No.
So take a look around, because these are your teammates. And your opponents. That's right. Of course. Any day. Of course, we have a brand new raid. Yeah! And we're gonna show it to you later. The pinnacle activity, the biggest challenge a Guardian can face. Anyone that's ever completed one of these knows they're mysteries for you guys to solve together on your own. We're gonna leave that till later day. And then there's another area that we've made really big improvements to, we're really excited about. Exploring the worlds. Yeah. Really, really cool stuff. So for many players, exploring the world's its own reward. Patrols were an invitation to touch down on a landing zone, gain favor with the champions of humanity. But in Destiny 2, we've made being in the world so much better than just doing patrols. There's so much more to do as you explore. Now, you can launch all of the new activities in the world without going to orbit.
It's good. It's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's my favorite place to go in Destiny. There's still patrols, ambient encounters, materials and chests for you to find, public events that now have heroic objectives, but now they're adventures. Treasure maps for you to follow. Lost sectors for you to discover. Just choose a landing zone and the rest is up to you. You're going to meet new characters in the world. They have their own story to tell. They're going to send you on those side missions, adventures. The adventures are filled with new mechanics, new encounters. They're going to take you to new places. And each have their own rewards that's going to make your Guardian stronger. These same characters are also going to mark your map with mysterious locations to discover. These we call lost sectors. When you descend into these dungeons, you're going to find a cache of treasure and a boss that holds the key. Yeah.
Cool.
All of this is going to be easier to find in Destiny 2 because of the new map to guide your way. You can choose to play the way that you want. You can search for lost sectors, complete adventures, rally to public events. They now show up marked on your map where and when they're going to happen. These activities are the foundation of Destiny 2. And we're going to take you to all new places to do them. 4 brand new worlds. Worlds filled with mystery, adventures, and new characters to meet. But the team can show you these worlds better than I can. So let's check out the new worlds of Destiny 2.
We have these incredible worlds to explore. There are all new destinations, new planets with incredible spaces and secrets hidden. Now we have stuff tucked around every corner, under every locked door. There's something there for you to find.
The map is a huge part of this new player experience for Destiny.
Now you can actually go directly from one planet to another planet without going to orbit first. You can just open the director, pick your new destination, and go straight there.
It's about getting into the action faster. We want to remove as many barriers as we can between your gun and the enemy's face.
Everything you're doing on every destination is about getting more powerful, and it's about getting the band back together. The Vanguard have been scattered, and as a player, it's your job to go out to these mysterious destinations and gather them back together. And everywhere you go, it's about growing more powerful and learning how to go back and take back your home from Gaul.
First destinations that you're going to go to is the European Dead Zone. This is an incredible place. It's the largest destination we've ever built, easily, new by a factor of 2. And we have found a refuge where we've built a camp.
It's the place where humanity stops fleeing. It's where they decide to, plant a flag, start getting strong again.
One of our new worlds is Titan. It's a moon of Saturn.
If the light can find its way back to you, then perhaps perhaps there is hope for us all.
That's where Zavala chooses to go, to heal his wounds and to recover from the assault and the defeat that he's just suffered.
It's this incredible methane ocean with 40-meter high waves, and there's an old human utopia there that's sinking into the ocean.
These huge monolithic structures constructed by humanity at the peak of the Golden Age.
There's literally no land mass on Titan.
It looks like the ocean.
Hurry, come on. I don't know how long this portal's gonna stick.
Cade is on a planetoid called Nessus. It has been totally occupied by the Vex. They have transformed it almost entirely into one of their machine worlds.
It has its own native vegetation, and the landscape has these incredible canyons that are actually based off of this word I won't mispronounce called Tipui, which is like these Brazilian plateaus. And then we go to Io, which is this sort of sulfuric yellow moon of Jupiter.
Io is the last place in our solar system that the Traveler touched before the collapse happened.
And you can imagine that a place where the Traveler once appeared has a bunch of mythology, lore, and mystery surrounding it.
It's a very sacred place to Guardians, and particularly Warlocks, and particularly Ikora.
This is where I return.
So he couldn't be bothered.
Now, all the best stories in my personal gaming history have involved other people. From bonding with my own brothers to leading my own guilds and running tournaments for the different games I've loved. You know, growing up, becoming a part of these communities were some of the first times I ever felt like what it was to belong. And I'm incredibly grateful for the friendships that have come from playing those games and the impact that they've had on me. You know, over time, I've come to understand just why games are so important. Games are the best medium for bringing different people together.
There's you, there's me.
You know, and now at Bungie, I'm surrounded by so many different people.
So Hannah from 13 Reasons, all she had to do was play Destiny 2 and she wouldn't have topped herself.
Spoiler alert. That's season 2.
About bringing people together and building communities in the games that we create. The last 3 years has been an amazing experience watching Destiny launch and seeing our communities form. You guys have worked together to solve the challenges that we've thrown at you. You've teamed up to help each other learn how to play the ins and outs of this game. And you've gone above and beyond the game itself to better the lives of others. You have helped us build a world that has brought people together. And we are so proud of the amount of respect and love that has defined this community. So many lives have been changed by you, and they will continue to be changed. We know we have to continue to support this, and today, I'm happy to say that in Destiny 2, clans are coming into the game.
Big improvement.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with clans, they're optional teams that you can join, making it easier to play with other people. For me, playing with my clan has been core to my Destiny experience, but up until now, coordinating with my clan had to happen outside of the game. With Destiny 2, we're bringing official clan support into the game. We want it to be easier. We want it to be easier for you to manage and grow your clan. So we're adding in-game rosters, we're adding tools you need to build your fire teams, and custom banners for you to help shape your shared identities.
Nice.
On top of that, we're adding a reward system that is shared by every member of your clan. So whether you're the type of player who raids every week, or you only have the time to jump into a few PvP matches on the weekend, your contribution will help everyone in the clan get rewards.
That's a good idea.
Good idea.
You can be our Xbox guy.
Now, we realize that joining a clan is not for everyone, and that's okay. But this is why I'm super excited to say that clans are going to matter to you, even if you never join one. In Destiny, we had co-op activities that were designed to inspire friendship. Activities like the Nightfall, raids, trials. We deliberately kept them exclusive to dedicated groups of people because we believe that challenge is what fuels the memories between you and your lifelong friends. And we didn't think that matchmaking was a great solution because of just how toxic gaming communities can get when you throw strangers temporarily into these challenging experiences. And while we think that playing with a group of people that you know and trust is the best way to experience the game, we made it inaccessible for some players to experience our endgame content. So we had an idea. We have these clans who are our best examples of communities with positive culture. And we have so many players who are looking to play challenging content in this welcoming environment. What if we put those two together? We're trying something new in Destiny 2, and we'd like to introduce you to Guided Games. Now, at a high level, Guided Games is a system where clans and solo players can meet to play challenging activities. And as a solo player, you can use Guided Games to pick a clan you want to be paired with for a session of the raid, a session of trials, or the Nightfall Strike. And the most important thing about this is that you get to see which clans are currently hosting, and you're able to read just a little bit about them so you know who they're looking for at that moment. You get to see how they present themselves, and you get a little sense of what type of players are part of that clan. And for players who are in an active clan, you know that building a full fire team of 6 to run the raid can still be a frustrating experience. And if you're a scheduler like me, then you're motivated to play with a consistent group of people. But you've probably had to deal with the experience of someone bailing at the last minute, and then you're scrambling to find a substitute, and you're just trying to keep the group together. With Guided Games, you'll be able to open up your party to new players who are looking for a group to play with you. Through Guided Games, clans are now the foundation of the community that leads every player to all the most challenging content. And while we're really happy to say that everyone's going to have a chance to experience everything that Destiny 2 has to offer, we're really more excited about who you're going to meet and how you're going to play together. We know there is a community for everyone, and we hope that in Destiny 2, we can help you find one.
Oh, that was cute, wasn't it?
Destiny 2 really tries to say, you belong.
You can play by yourself, and that's awesome. But playing with someone else and tackling a challenge together, that's when we believe Destiny is really at its best.
We've heard loud and clear from a lot of our players over the last couple of years that they really wanted to play endgame activities like Raid and Nightfall Strikes that require a group, but they just couldn't get enough players online at the same time.
Our big challenge is like, how do you take the ease of matchmaking and how do you take the magic of community building and help people find the people that you will have a great time with?
We're adding 2 new systems to Destiny 2 that are pretty critical, clans and Guided Games.
Clans have always been a part of Destiny. It's just been a nameplate or a second friends list. But clans are finally in the Destiny 2 game.
Clans in Destiny 2 are groups that you can join to play the game together.
When you're looking for the clans, you kind of get to see their motto, you get to see their name, you get to see the awesome clan banner there, and you kind of get a sense of who they are before you say, you know what, yeah, I'm going to go play with these guys.
Clans are going to have progression, rewards, and they're also going to be guides for the Guided Games experience.
Guided Games is a way that allows solo players to seek out clans, to find people who are already hosting a game who are just looking for 1 or 2 more players.
So imagine you had 5 people who want to play Raid, but they're missing a 6th person. Then you have a solo player who's never played Raid before, and they're like, I just want to see what this is like. Well, match a group and a solo player together.
Guided games are our way of making sure everyone who loves Destiny can play every piece of content we build.
Guided games doesn't require any commitment. You just have that really great experience, and then you can part ways. Our hope is the game will last in that activity, and you'll make some friends and join the clan.
Destiny.
I think it's really
We can
interesting.
help people fill out the friends list, so they're always going to have people to play with.
What we try to do in Destiny 2 is weave this sense of community throughout the entire game. When you get to the farm, you meet this character, Hawthorne, who doesn't live in the city anymore, but she went out into the wilderness and created a community of her own. And so we use the storytelling.
Created so many friendships that would have never existed, all because of this game.
We really try hard to make sure from the ground up we're building this to be an experience that you want to share with your friends. And not only your friends, but the potential friends that you could have.
I've never had a game that feels like home before, but Destiny just feels like home.
There are no words to explain how much I love this community.
People have found a new place to call home and new people to call family.
Destiny 2 is really ramping up everything in every regard. I think it really is about the breadth of experience that you can have.
Whether you're in match-made activities like PvP and strikes, whether you've taken a step into guided games, it's a game that's best enjoyed beside other players. That's the heart of Destiny. That's what the game's about.
As you just saw, Destiny is a series that brings people together. It's allowed me to reconnect with an old friend from junior high, someone I hadn't heard from in almost 20 years. I was sitting at the Sony E3 press conference a couple years ago, and Destiny the Taken King was just revealed on stage, and my phone starts buzzing, and I look down and it's a message from this friend, and he's like, "Dude, do you know anything about this Destiny game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know a little bit about this Destiny game." And since then, we've played the game together for dozens of hours. We've introduced our families in real life, and we've got the opportunity to laugh again, just like we did when we were kids playing Super Nintendo in his parents' basement. Destiny's also given me the opportunity to grow closer with my youngest brother. We talk on the phone now, almost every week. And for the first 10 minutes, instead of talking about our jobs or talking about our parents, we're talking about Destiny. We're talking about our Guardian's trials, where we've been in the world, the crazy loot we found, his story about how he got Gjallarhorn, the dudes he's been crushing in the Crucible. And every week, he asks me about Destiny 2, and every week, I deny him. Until today. With Destiny 2's clans and guided games, we aim to bring together millions of more people just like that. To reconnect with old friends, and to meet new ones that you'll never forget. That's the promise of this game. To us, Destiny is more than just a game though. It's a world where you can lose yourself for 10 minutes or for 1,000 hours, where you can explore the world at your own pace or take on some of the most competitive challenges available in video games today, where you can play solo, like I do most of the time, or with an old friend, a family member, or with someone you just met. This is Destiny 2. Destiny is a world I want to be a part of, where there are amazing activities to do every week, and there's always someone to play with. On behalf of Bungie and Activision, I want to take this opportunity to thank this incredible community that inspires us to work tirelessly to make this game a worthy sequel to the original. Before we pass on the baton to Eric Hirschberg at Activision, who's going to close out the show, here is the official gameplay trailer for Destiny 2.
Ikora, if you tell me this is a practical joke, well, it kills me to say it, but I would be really impressed.
Impressing you, Kate, is the easiest thing I'll do all day.
Ikora, what have you got?
Someone or something has sabotaged the Skyline defense system.
Every since they're beyond the wall, it's gone dark.
Nice shield.
Am I right? Am I right or am I right?
Was that awesome or what?
Ooh, very good.
Am I right or am I right? No one doesn't like Nathan Fillion, don't bother. As awesome as that trailer was, I can tell you, because I've been playing the game a
He's a
ton,
money man.
it is even better than it looks. I could not be prouder or more thankful to our partners at Bungie. They had a big vision for this game to make Destiny 2 a sequel-worthy successor to what they started with Destiny. And they've also really listened to all of you, to our community. And I think they've made all the right moves to make Destiny 2 just awesome. So let's hear it for Luke and Steve and Emmy and Mark. And let's also hear for the entire Bungie team that they're representing back home, who are just killing themselves to make this thing awesome for you guys. Amazing work. Now, long before I was a partner of Bungie's, I was a fan of Bungie's and their games, and it's just been an honor and a pleasure to call them our partners and to help them bring this vision to life. And for all of you who are here in person, in just a few minutes, you're going to be the first people in the world to put your hands on the controllers and get your hands on Destiny 2. You are going to play the first campaign mission that you saw at the beginning of the stream. You're going to get to team up with one another and experience a brand new strike. And you're going to get to battle it out in a brand new multiplayer map, playing a brand new multiplayer mode. So it's going to be a lot of awesome content. And for those of you who are watching at home thinking, well, that sucks for me, don't worry, we've got your back, because we are going to be hosting a beta later this summer, so everyone will get a chance to get their hands on Destiny 2 before the launch. Now, doing all this, bringing a vision and an undertaking as ambitious and huge as Destiny 2 to life, it takes more than just the great talent we have at Activision and the great talent we have at Bungie. It takes partners who also can see the vision and believe in the vision as much as we do. And we have a partner just like that in Sony. They have been by our side since really before day one. And these guys are, legit. Some of the hardest core Destiny players I know are on the team that we work with at Sony. So they've been hugely supportive every step of the way of Activision, of Bungie, and of the Destiny vision, including today, because they're providing all of the slick 4K PS4 Pros that you're going to be playing on today. So a heartfelt thanks to our partners at Sony for being there with us. Let's hear it for them. Now, it's no secret that Destiny has inspired millions of console gamers all over the world, but there is one community so far of gamers that have never been able to get in on the fun, and that's all you PC fans out there. Now, as you know, we've already announced that Destiny 2 is coming to the PC, and it's going to be the epic version of the game. And today, you don't have to take my word for that, you're going to get to put your hands on it and check it out for yourself, and see all the love and attention that we're building into it just for PC fans. But what we haven't announced is where you're going to be able to find it. Well, let me tell you, there's a place out there where the most awesome PC games and the most passionate PC gamers anywhere in the world both live. And Destiny 2 is going to live there as well. So I want to introduce a friend of mine who wanted to be here in person. He's all the way over in China today, so he's going to get in on the fun by video, but he knows a thing or two about epic PC games, and it's my friend and counterpart at Blizzard Entertainment, Mike Morhaime.
Wow.
Thanks, Eric.
Blizzard?
Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Morhaime from Blizzard Entertainment, and I'm excited to be part of today's Destiny 2 celebration. You may be wondering, Why is Blizzard crashing a Destiny party? Well, we're big fans of what Activision and Bungie have done with Destiny. We think it's a great game and a cool universe. And we have a soft spot for collecting lots of epic loot. Also, as you know firsthand, there's an awesome and passionate community around the world who loves this game. With Destiny 2 coming to PC, we thought it would be a great opportunity to bring the Destiny community and the Blizzard community together. So I'm excited to announce that Destiny 2 will be available for PC exclusively through Battle.net, Blizzard's online gaming service. Players will be able to buy and download games, explore content, and connect with each other through social features such as friends lists and cross-game chat. We're excited to partner with the talented folks at Bungie and Activision to make this happen, and we look forward to bringing Destiny 2 to Blizzard's platform. Now, I know you have an action-packed day ahead of you with a bunch of Destiny 2 content to check out, so have fun, and we'll see you online soon.
So thanks to Mike for helping us make that great announcement. Thanks again to our partners at Bungie for doing what they do and making an awesome game you're going to get to check out today. Thanks to the entire team at Activision for doing what you do and bringing this thing to life. But most of all, we all want to thank all of you here in person and all of you watching all over the world. This game is built on the belief that playing is always more fun when you're doing it with your friends. And in no time flat, you guys have made the Destiny community one of the most engaged, one of the most passionate, one of the most positive gaming communities maybe ever. So with that, for those of you at home, we'll see you online this summer in the beta. And for those of you here in the room, let's go play. Thank you.
Let's go.
I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow. I don't quite know where to start. That was a lot.
Let's start with is jeans and a hoodie the default uniform for games developers?
I know. Jeez Louise. I don't know, man. Is there anywhere you want to...
Well, my first impressions were...
Go for it.
Or not first impressions. The first few things that I picked up on, which were really intriguing to me, which they didn't totally come back to, was that in the first sort of trailer and clips of the game that they showed, it looked very real. Like they were in urban environments amongst normal humans. They were using like M16, like old style looking machine guns.
Is that at the very start?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what it basically went through there was, and what you didn't see in the previous games, is the kind of pre-Destiny setup of them. The Traveller comes, of them building the last city, building the tower, which is a really good way of...
Oh, so that's what that was?
So this is obviously Valve finding this band of guardians or people who, and then you've seen them go through building the tower, building the last city. I think it all comes back to adding the more kind of oomph to the story, more a human element, you care about these people.
It was really intriguing to me, and I hope that, and they did mention it later about urban environments, and I hope that is something to come back to, or that's something that they do, because I do like the idea of with Destiny 1, a lot of it was very open and very kind of not sparse, but I really like that idea of maybe being like in the old city. Obviously it's going to be if you're maybe below, it's going to be based on the last city that's been.
Yeah, I hope you've seen the woodland. I hope you do come to old kind of dishevelled towns and cities, and a bit
sort
more
of sniping and around corners and sort of a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, loads. I feel like I've just been blown away. So I think obviously what I kind of knew they were going to do is kind of hit you right in the heart and right in the face with the story and human element and the character, because it was just devoid of that in the first game until they added some of the expansions. But yeah, I really loved how they went back into kind of a slight history of how the tower came to be, how your Guardian came to be, how the Vanguard came to be, and that this is a world filled with normal people, kids, women, things like that.
Well, this is that's what
and it makes you care about them. Then when the sense of loss, then when the Cabal come in, it adds more of a of an emotional effect and attachment. Then
because
to
that was the thing. Like in the first one, although. Like the first one,
there wasn't enough context or grounded.
Yeah, you could have been anywhere. You didn't know you were on Earth. Like there was no. There was no like you're fighting for humanity sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was far too removed. There wasn't enough
context
grounding in it. Until again some of the expansions. But I mean, just kind of basics here. But visually, as you said at the start, I think it's a step up. The cutscenes were incredible. I mean, the facial animations, the light,
the wind and the rain.
It looks like a film.
Yeah,
it looks like a film, which again is great. I think when I went into the gameplay, immediately I was like, right, this is Destiny. You know, this is Destiny, but just turned up to 11. You know, here's an extra depth and kind of layer of polish to it.
Well, the only thing that I would say that sort of struck me at the very beginning, which then seemed to sort of fall away, was at the very beginning. Was whenever the Crucible was being taken over,
the tower.
The tower. Sorry, it got. I don't know whether it's just the string, but it got a wee bit kind of like mental.
Oh, when all the ships were coming in.
No. Like whenever they were fighting, the gameplay, it just got a bit mental.
I think with the rain going on, you lost a little bit of detail.
Explosions and like there was just that was one of the things I disliked with Halo 5. Sometimes. Yeah, you want
too much going on.
It's just a bit.
A little bit too trigger happy with explosions and things. Very set piecey and stuff. But no, I thought it looked great. As I say, you could tell it was Destiny. The gunplay looks slick, smooth as normal, but some of the new weapons are showed. As I say, because I've spent hundreds of hours in the tower. Although you knew it was a tower, like you could tell, like they've just put an extra lick of
improved.
Definitely. And it really looks like. Although it never looked like a last gen game, but you really get the sense of the technology and the engines just being refined, tweaked. It looks gorgeous, and some of the effects, and the supers look really, really good. It's almost as if they've just put an extra layer of paint on everything and just an extra layer of sheen and just kind of tidied up some of the effects and things.
For me, it was
that were missing from the first.
Yeah, for me, the most impressive was, like I say, the physics were like there's like a wall here, the rain's like blowing this way, and
when they went to the Cabal ship,
when you
and the door opened,
and
the rain was coming this way, and then you walked in, and it just kind of
like
coming down the
off,
screen. Oh yeah, it was. I actually nearly. I just didn't want to talk through it, but that's something I was like, wow, that was class. I'm trying. I mean, I've made so much notes, but so obviously story is a big focus, which I knew it was great. It had to be basically. So some of the gameplay then showed. I'm surprised they didn't show a new class. So you've got your hunter, your titan, and your warlock. I think maybe doubling down on those because everyone's just kind of used to that.
With them,
you can see why they've not maybe tried to rock the boat a little bit, because it's in a game like this, balance is literally balancing on a knife edge, you know what I mean? And they've shown that. They've really struggled to balance the Crucible over the whole lifespan of Destiny 1. So I think doubling down and making sure that they can get these classes right. You've seen... Sorry, go ahead.
The only thing I was just going to say was, I wonder is the supers tied to class?
Oh yeah, they are.
They are.
Yeah, they always are. Yeah.
Actually, that sucks because I like the blade one.
Yeah.
But I usually play with
the Dawn Blade.
I like the Dawn Blade, but that's with a warlock, isn't it?
That's with a warlock, yes.
But I usually play with a hunter.
Okay, right, yes. So that hunter is the Arc Strider.
Yeah,
so with the
it looks a shit.
But yeah, so new supers. I'm a Titan. I've been a Titan for years now. And that shield, man. Yeah. I need to get my hands on that shield.
Throwing it.
Captain America action going on. It looked dope. It looked incredible. So I loved how they showed some of that, some new supers you're going to have, obviously new weapons. You alluded to, I mentioned the minigun. It almost looked like a mini gun. It's not a big 2-arm thing. It looked almost like a big rifle, but with the
with multiple barrels.
You've seen the kind of grenade launcher. You've seen the kind of big, almost rocket launcher, but it shot very quick. Almost like a big chip, and it was dum 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 dum. Really, really impressed. Obviously, some of the big things that are going on. A world you want to live in. Always something to play with and amazing things to do, kind of the trifecta, the pillars that they're basing the game on. I really like the kind of the way they're setting the story. They've got unlike the first game, they've got a main antagonist. You've got Gaul. He's the focal point. His desires, his motivation, stealing light, I love the idea of he's caged the
traveller.
The traveller, you've seen the big ship,
opening and
split, and then it's obviously, as I say, caged it, and that's kind of a really good way of explaining how you lose your light, how you lose your powers. But it's really good that they've kind of got that. You've got a main identity to fight against.
Just for people at home, I mean, obviously, I've played a bit of it, but so in the first game you had the Cabal, the Vex.
The Vex and the Fallen.
And then didn't you have the... Am I thinking of a completely different game? The brother and sister?
No.
Am I thinking of a completely different game?
Maybe.
But anyway, so in the first one, who was coming for the Traveller? Or who was...
So basically,
was there not like
it was almost like...
Was there not like an entity? Like a sort of...
Yeah, the darkness.
The darkness, yes.
And that took away from the game because you had this kind of boogeyman that you could never see or understand.
Yes.
You had this darkness and it was coming for the Traveller.
Yes.
But it never really gave you any sort of gratification or any sort of kind of
explanation.
Ending, it didn't close the chapter.
Yeah.
All over the place, the story, that's well documented. I mean, it was awful. I love how they're, as I say, you know who you are, you know where you're going, you know who you's asking you to kick right away.
Yeah.
A couple of things as well. There's so much to talk about. But yeah, so I really like that, the way they obviously showed off little tidbits of the new characters. I say great visuals, great cinematics. Going on to the worlds.
Yes,
was really, really cool.
Worlds,
so you had Earth, you had the European Dead Zone. Is that right? Yeah. So as you say, I really hope that it's not just kind of open woodland.
He mentioned this village.
Yeah,
kind of
which is really good. So yeah, they said that, which is really good. So as you say, in the first game you had kind of the arenas, you had the open worlds, but it was really sometimes literally you were on your Sparrow and you were going through 3 or 4 different areas just to get to an objective or to do something.
And it was very sparse and it was very bland and the odd crashed ship.
Yeah, they improved it a bit, as I say, as it went on, but definitely the stock worlds to begin with were a little sparse and just a little bit empty. But so you've got Earth, you've got Io, you've got Titan, you've got Nessus. I love the difference in look. I mean, Titan with it's basically like the ocean.
Yeah, it's like oil rigs.
Really, really interesting. Really excited to see what they do with Earth. And as you say, I really hope these little camps and things are dotted around the landscape, dotted around the world.
Yeah, because it would be nice to be like, they maybe come under attack and you have to protect them, and make
almost
it kind of more
like maybe like what an RPG does, like Fallout. Like you'll see in the distance maybe not a city or a town or something
but
happening,
something like an attack,
and then
or
you'll
something.
meet new characters. They'll give you side quests and just kind of an organic evolution to the world as you go along. So new places, new worlds, new things to do. I love how they're improving the kind of the patrols. So you have the lost sectors, which are like kind of dungeons, which I talked about. New activities, more to do, and I love how you can get to one place or new activities without going to orbit. So they're cutting away all that kind of bullshit. So you're getting the A to B instead of A to B through XYZ, if that makes sense.
Yes, no, I agree. Do you think though they will drop the ships, like the whole customization of the ships and stuff?
Don't think so. Well, you couldn't customize them anyway. You get different ones, but there's a couple that really cool.
Yeah.
So I hope your ship
wonder,
is
like,
still
how that
going to
will
be.
work.
Yeah.
And then, like, I was even wondering the whole way through it, like, vehicles, but then they did show the Sparrows at the end.
A few times they showed a big tank.
Yeah.
And I want to get my ass in that tank.
yeah.
Yeah, they showed the Sparrows. So obviously it'll still be there, because obviously you'll still have the world's big empty spaces where you can go kind of explore things like that. So yeah, really love the look of the new world. And obviously, I mean, they're going to, down the line when the expansions come, they're definitely going to, I think they're going to add new planets or at least new areas, but yeah, really pleased with that. And I love, just going back to the storyline, I love how the new worlds are associated to the members of the Vanguard. They've all split off. So obviously the story is going to be, you'll go here, get this guy. Them all. Yeah, exactly. That's a really nice and really kind of natural way of progressing the story and kind of progressing the world. Exactly. So yeah, I think it's a really good taster of things to come, and how they're making it easy for the player to do what you want to do and get from A to B without kind of jumping out and going back in. Yeah, I mean, anything else you want to add on kind of the worlds or some of the improvements that way? Is, I think it's just kind of, I mean, more to do, make it easier to do them. I think that's really it, you know.
It's like the opening with all the sort of drop ships and stuff, like, to me felt very Halo-y. But not in a bad way. I mean, you know, I'm not ripping it. I'm not
There's
saying,
only so much you can do with sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ripping it. It felt very Halo-y, but I mean, that looked good.
Yeah. I mean, the cutscenes look fantastic. I love how they incorporated the supers into the cutscenes. So he had Zavala with his bubble,
the dome thing,
and you had the Nova Bomb with Ikori, you know, destroying the ship and stuff, and yeah, it was just really cool. A lot of fan service, you know. I mean, it was, you know, proper fist pumping moments, you know, that obviously fans of the game would love and kind of relate to. Really interested. So obviously they went on to then the social side of things, you know, PvP. So firstly, the clans.
Once we got the wee teary moment out of the way about, you know, life is so poor and how terrible, and then I just met these friends on Destiny and everything was just amazing. And
I wonder why I'm such a miserable bastard when I play Destiny. So clans, again, great move. A big thing with Destiny that, and part of the reason why I fell out of it was, I work, obviously, pregnant wife, you know, it's hard to just sit down for an evening and get everyone to play with, everyone you like to play with. They made it quite difficult, and I'm a little bit, I don't want to sound shy and like I'm some sort of fucking weirdo, but I'd rather play with people who are a bit patient, people who are welcoming. I don't like the kind of elitist kind of assholes who don't make it easier for you to jump in. So I think that's great, where you can go on and find like-minded people to play with within the game without having to pop out, go online, go to LFG,
WhatsApp or whatever.
Exactly, out into your friends list, all that carry on.
But what I was going to say was, I obviously wasn't part of a clan for Destiny 1 whenever I played it, and that could have had a major impact on why I didn't continue playing the game. And so the fact that now I can, because
you're on a different console, it's not as if you could pick up and play with me. You know?
Exactly. So you know, that makes it more playable,
more accessible.
Replayability,
Exactly. Give the game more legs, and I think that's what turned, because Scott, although he's not here, he I think I was really excited to play Destiny with him, but he was part of maybe a majority of people who just found the kind of end game content and grind really off-putting. And like there was a wall there, and you know, I got over that because I had a group of friends. Scott didn't really have that, so it'll be really good to have that incorporated, and say have a welcome community and a way in the game to, with clans. So basically clan support's in the game, so it supports official clan support, rosters, tools. I really love the idea of the kind of custom banners. It looks really well implemented into the game.
It's like some sort of NFL shit or something.
So you can kind of have a brief description. Oh, here's Ready Player 3. We're kind of a welcome casual clan. Let's jump in and play together. Or you can have a clan, hardcore fans, Trials, Nightfall. You know, only level so and so. So you've got an idea before you jump in of the type of people you're going to play with. which is really good. So you can go in as a single player, play with a clan, and never speak to them again, but you've both accomplished something. Or you're a single player, you can go in, meet a group of guys, and you're in the clan, and you're going to have a great time, go off into the sunset together. You know what I mean? So it's really, really good. Interesting how it works. So it's all part of this guided games, which is really, really cool. I didn't see them. I
didn't see them taking it that serious.
Yeah, exactly, because Destiny has got a really good following of casual players, but also the competitive hardcore audience as well. It seems like they're taking a risk, but it seems like it's a really good idea. Now, whether it'll work as well as what they say right off the bat, there'll probably be teething problems, things don't work quite right. But one thing I was quite disappointed, they didn't say if they're going to have dedicated servers, which I think with all the community stuff they need to have. And I don't know why they didn't have it. It's not as if they don't have the money or the resources, but hopefully they do, because that just makes life a lot easier, stability-wise.
Well, would they have dedicated servers if they need Blizzard to handle the PC side of things?
I don't know enough about it, to be honest. I'm just going by what kind of people have said on YouTube to build up to it. So guided games is all part of that kind of social aspect of just making it easier to play, which for me is great. You know, obviously I'll have a wee one at the time, so it'll be nice to me if I've got a couple of hours and I want to do some end-game activities. I don't have to Facebook mail, my clan or people I play
organize
with. And I'm the worst for it, to be honest. Sometimes I'll say I'm going to play and something happens, or I'm working, or I can't. So pissing people off. So it's really, really good and really interesting. As you said, I didn't think they were going to create a whole new kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Like ecosystem, or
almost,
kind of like a
platform, a whole new platform for people to play with. Crucible looks really good. Well, I say looks really good, you've seen very little, but obviously we'll see more improvements to that. But 4v4 was something that I didn't see coming. More focused, smaller games, which is across all game modes. What else have I got here? So that's as far as like the PvP side of things. Obviously we'll get a lot more feedback when the play tests come back and people have their impressions, but the big problem they had was balance. I mean, they're balancing. 1 week it'll be hand cannons are really good, they'll rein that back. Next week it'll be shotguns, and the meta. So the kind of the meta of guns changes almost week to week, and it's really annoying because you'll have 3 guns or 5 guns that if you don't have it, you're fucked basically. So if they can get that right and make it more of a even playing field, they're on to a winner. They mentioned, and I didn't quite write it all down, that they've changed the way the weapons work, so it's no longer primary, secondary and heavy. It's now he said kinetic power and something else.
So he said, the way I thought he explained it was, you've got these first 2 slots which would normally be reserved for like a primary and secondary weapon, and then you have your 3rd slot for your super weapon, or whatever the term,
your heavy
or whatever the term is. But the way he seemed to explain it was, then you can actually put heavy weapons in the 1st and 2nd slots if you want to. Did you sort of?
It's kind of, it looks as though it's opening it up. You're having more freedom. I see it went by that quick. I don't know exactly how it works.
How's that going to work? Like if someone just rocks in with 3 heavies
or sniper rifles and things, Like, I'd be interested to see a bit more about that.
Rocking a sniper rifle, a bazooka. And
I was so busy watching it, didn't have a chance to.
No, it was.
But that's.
I mean, surely that would mess the balancing up.
I don't know how that. As I say, I'm a bit annoyed now. I didn't really, and I kind of knew I was going to forget a bit about it, but I'll find out more about that. But they're changing that up anyway. And the way Luke Smith put it was to give you more freedom to play the way you want, so you're not locked down to only having certain weapons in a certain kind of item slot. I mean, just as a whole, really, really impressed. It was a really well done presentation. I love how they set the scene for the story, went into story, then expanded a bit into worlds, and then went into the social side of things. It really just looks like Destiny, just turning everything up, improving on everything they've got, and making it a far more streamlined, welcoming experience, which for you is great, but for me, I can see like just improvements on everything. Again, they've kind of taken vertical slices, this build of the game's been finished for a few weeks, so the polishing on that is incredible. So it maybe won't have that quality the whole way through.
Yeah.
But even if they don't, it's definitely a solid foundation. I mean, it'll be, by looks of things, it'll be in a lot better shape than Destiny was when it first came out.
Yeah, I was just actually going to say, I mean, Destiny 1 was a bit of an anomaly in the fact that it was so successful and so shit at the same time. I mean,
it's
it's a bit like the problems that Mass Effect's having, but yet being really well and being a runaway success.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's.
I mean, for a Bungie game, it got very lukewarm reviews.
Yeah.
But you could see the kind of
the potential
what they're
there
going for,
yeah.
and the community. I mean, that's a big thing. It's the players. Obviously, they're a lifeblood of any game, but this so more than any, because obviously it's an online game. It's a competitive, cooperative game, but I really think the community has kept it afloat, and obviously the improvements have made across the updates. But yeah, so September 8th release, and I'm a bit disappointed they didn't give the date of the beta. Actually, I really thought they would have done.
It's going to be in August or something, isn't it?
It's July.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think July gives them
enough time to fix any problems.
Because when the game goes gold, you're probably talking about a month before release.
Yeah.
By the time they send it to get all the discs pressed, all that kind of, you know, they send it off to Sony and Microsoft for vetting, all that kind of jazz. So, I mean, that'll be done September 8th. That'll be done early August, the game. So, yeah, I'm saying that, like, yeah, I mean, the beta. I'm going to say start of July. I'm going to say maybe in about 4 to 6 weeks. E3 actually, they'll probably announce it. Maybe at the Sony press conference. So yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about, but again, it's, I mean, obviously coming off the back of it, it's difficult to it's difficult to get into it all in so much detail, but really impressed, really well put together. Story looks really, really good. The PvP looks really good. The worlds look good. Yeah, it's I don't know if it's better than what I thought it was going to be, but definitely it's.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say.
Really, man, it spoke for itself. You know, to say, just have a little chat just afterwards. My initial impressions are really excited.
Yeah, it looks good.
I really think they're and everything's looking good. They're really focused on what they want to do with the game, basically improve and double down on everything that made Destiny 1 great. Not so great, improve what not so great about it. J-Man, really excited.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I would say is just that initial video clip they showed, it looked very almost arcadey, and that's not how I play Destiny. I play Destiny sort of more methodical, stealthy, snipey, and just I hope that
the balance is there.
Yeah, that you can play whatever way you want.
Yeah, but I mean the gameplay they showed looked really, really good. I'd say even though it's a vertical slice, it was Destiny, but you could tell the improvements. I mean, you could sit and talk about it for hours, but initially really impressed.
Yeah.
And we'll see and talk about it more soon, hopefully.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we about that.
There we go, Thursday night special.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, thanks very much everyone who watches, and yeah, hopefully it worked. Awesome. So yeah, Twitter, you want to go for it?
RPT Podcast.
Right on, yes.
So RPT, Ready Player 3, RPT Podcast.
Yeah.
Is the Twitter handle, but obviously the main thing is to like and subscribe on the channel for more content. And yeah,
more Destiny stuff coming, and hopefully we'll have an E3 prediction show at the weekend. So that's something to look forward to as well.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Thanks,
Good
guys.
stuff. Thanks. Bye.